Good morning, Healing Voyagers. This is Sareed with HealingVoyage.com, and just wanted to welcome you back here for another video. Today what I'm going to show, it's morning time and I'm about to make a smoothie, and so I like to use fresh coconut. So I'm just going to show a quick video on how to crack open a coconut, which might be difficult for many of us. So it's pretty simple actually once you know how to do it. And the basic tools you'll need are a bowl, put that one to the side because I had the coconut in it, a bowl to pour the water in, hammer, and the butter knife to pry the flesh from the shell. So basically first, I just want to give a quick tip on buying a coconut. There's no way to look at it and tell if it's a good one or not. So what I do simply is I pick them up and I feel for the weight and I shake it to hear for the water content. So the weight tells you how much water there is in there, and it's worked for me. I'm not sure if this is, you know, by some standard law about picking coconuts, but for me it has worked that the heavier it is, the denser it is, the juicier it is, the tastier it is. That's just been my experience. So, but just do it yourself and give it a try and see how it goes for you as far as picking coconuts. So first thing I want to point out is that around most coconuts that you buy in the market, there is a scored line around the equator of the coconut, and that's to make it easier to crack open with a hammer. What I have found for myself is that when you do that, you end up with two pretty much even bowls, right? It becomes more difficult then to separate the flesh from the shell when it's just two halves. So what I do instead is I focus on the crown where the three eyelets are, you know, those three eyes, and I beat around the crown with the hammer. Okay. What that ends up doing for me is I end up breaking it into more pieces, kind of smaller pieces than just two halves. And that makes it a lot easier, which I'll demonstrate here in a minute, to separate the shell from the flesh from the shell. Alright, so let's just get started cracking open this coconut and getting the juiciness out of it. Alright, so I'm just going to start beating around the crown again firmly, and what I'm listening for is the first crack and release of air. Okay, I don't know if you heard that pitch, but there's the first crack. And that's a good thing. A little piece just flew off and hit me in the forehead. So normally you really want to wear safety goggles. Okay? I'm not wearing them. You really should. And I just did this here spur of the moment, so I don't have my safety goggles with me. Alright, so at this point, I've removed a chunk of the shell. Okay, so I got a lucky break there, because then all I have to do is take my knife and just, you know, stab the shell and into a square shape or a triangle, whatever shape you want, and remove that first chunk and oops. And then you have your hole through which you can pour out the contents. Alright, so let's make another small hole just for the release of pressure, and that way it can pour more easily. I love that sound of coconut pouring in the morning. Remember that line from Apocalypse Now? I love the smell of napalm in the morning. For some reason I just thought of that. That's my audience. That's my son Solomon. Yes, papito. And alright, so I'm just going to keep beating around and just show you a quick way of prying the flesh from the shell. Okay, so again, chunks of shell are just coming right off without the flesh attached to it. So I'm catching a lucky break here this morning. Oops. Alright. Okay. Alright, so here's a little piece I can demonstrate with flesh, shell, and what you do is you just take the knife and you pry it between the shell, and it just comes right off. Just really that easy. Alright, so that's it, folks. That's how you break open a coconut and to get the juiciness and have the nice raw flesh that you can enjoy. So what I want you to do is take this video, and if you know others who are mystified about how to break open a coconut, share this video tip with them and show them this demonstration. Let them see how easy it is. And for yourself, just keep practicing. That's really the key. So thanks again for stopping at healingvoyage.com. Pay us a visit at my blog site, healingvoyage.com. Become a follower. Just put in your email address. You'll get updates whenever I put up new posts and videos. And until the next time, have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.